I'm pleased to be able to introduce our chairman of the board of the Global DCA, as well as general counsel of Drawbridge Lending, Matthew Lisle, who will give a brief opening and event overview. Matthew?
Thanks, Gabby. Thanks, Nicole. Brian and the entire Stradley Ronan law firm, thank you for hosting the launch of our event of the Global Digital Assets and Cryptocurrency Association this morning. And I would also like to thank Chris Salvi and Salvi Media. Welcome, everybody. I see we have 115, so thank you for showing. I'm Lyle, I'm chairman of the DCA, and I serve as Drawbridge Lending, LLC. Daily, we see news concerning the digital asset and cryptocurrency space, and it reflects several things. Number one, a struggle for legitimacy of this new asset class. Two, the struggle of governments and regulators over how to oversee this asset class and market space. And three, the lightning-fast emergence and development of products, the struggle of traditional centralized finance, or CFI, with the new concept of decentralized finance, or DeFi. I just took a glance at today's headlines. Let me read them for you. Crypto fans mauled by watchdog baring its teeth, move to save retail investors from themselves will not please digital coin supporters. Square puts 1% of total assets in Bitcoin and surprise $50 million investment. Central banks want digital currencies that don't nudge out cash. BitMEX CTO Samuel Reed released on $5 million bond. The DOJ's crypto enforcement framework argues against privacy tools and for international regulation. This last headline really sticks out for me today. The DOJ release of guidelines for enforcing crypto laws is a big news story for the public. With respect to the DOJ report, there is not much new to point out, but it is a serious warning to businesses to ensure they are complying with AML requirements under the BSA and other relevant laws. It particularly calls out exchanges and how they are used to wash money and how some of the exchanges are playing fast and loose with jurisdictional technicalities to be one step ahead of the U.S. government. I believe this is the official warning shot over the bow of that type of activity. Obviously, BitMEX is the poster child. From the Global Digital Asset and Cryptocurrency Association, quite a mouthful, GDCA perspective, this type of news is welcome, since it shows the government is responding to the risks and threats posed by the bad actors in the industry. It also points out, though, in numerous ways how the GDCA can serve an important role in helping government regulators who are strapped for resources. How? So far, the only regulation is in the form of white papers, reports, indictments, and subpoenas. However, for many reasons, the legislative or regulatory wherewithal to see through a comprehensive regulatory framework is stalled, or at best a work in progress. And this is the case across all first world economies, not just here in the United States. And we know that a healthy, robust industry needs much more structure and framework to thrive. We believe that the GDCA can step in and help fill in the details by providing standards and best practices that address particular detailed functions and areas of the business. For example, transactional methodology, risk management requirements, AML guidelines, audit standards, etc. We can advocate on behalf of the industry. We're not scowling bad guys and gals in mugshots flaunting legal standards of the Western world from Vanuatu. We're serious business people who believe that a healthy industry requires a robust set of rules and enforcement of those rules. And those rules should foster efficiency and fairness and should be developed through industry consensus working in a democratic committee structure. We also believe we could serve an educational role. We can educate legislators and rulemakers, industry participants, and the public about the facets of the industry, the public good of the industry, and the intent of the industry's participants to be good actors. And finally, we can provide an expert and efficient commercial dispute resolution system. This is the way to enforce our rules without a legislative mandate. One final point. I'm extremely proud of the progress we have made so far. Gabby Coos points out that if you pause to consider how much time and effort we have put in so far, it would add up to about $2 million worth of volunteer effort. Think about that.